Hello. Hello. What do they call them? Grease monkeys, that's it. I'm sticking
Yeah,
by
I'm
my
gonna make a
guns.
new one when I do mine.
Hey, sleepyhead.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
First off, I want to apologise
Uh,
to everyone if you hear fireworks, because we're recording this on the 5th of November, and it was a lot earlier, but the thing is, because I live on a farm, I'm not sure if it was fireworks or a gang war, because it was that much. I'm going to go by the latter.
Never used it.
So if I die in the middle of this, you know there's a gang war.
Where's Yuna?
We're taking the same boat as
it's
Yuna,
a
right?
small
Why do we
one.
gotta
It'll be
wait here?
fine.
Yuna came to this village 10
And I
years
hear a
ago,
dog on your
when the
side.
last calm started.
Yes, I have my pooch who is
Since then,
doing a bit of a
she's been like a
cameo.
little sister to me
Fireworks
and
going
Yuna.
off on my side as
But
well,
she had
so
the talent. She
maybe
became an
our gang
apprentice.
wars are a lot closer than
Now,
they appear to be.
today, she leaves
Thought you were
as a
living in
summoner.
England.
This is our journey.
Yeah,
We should leave
well,
together.
technically Wales, on the border of England.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
I'm in central
Anyway, yeah, well-
Scotland, so we're that... How close to the fuck are we?
Really don't
Oh my
need
God.
all that luggage.
If you
They're
see a
not really
piece of
my
string,
things.
tug on it and I'll be there.
They're gifts for the temples we're to visit.
Anyway, yeah,
This
welcome
is
back
a
to Final Fantasy
vacation.
VII. We've got a long one today.
guess-
We've got a long one.
I guess
Also,
you're right.
happy December?
At the time of this upload, yes.
Yes.
Okay, off
I have my
Just let you
Hold on, I'm putting
Yeah.
I'm literally putting my Christmas hat on.
do it. We're recording this in early November, for those who are wondering. Yeah, so that's already dated this episode. But there you go. If you wanted to leave any comments, we will read them. But just know that any, thing to do with the gameplay, be a bit behind. This is just a lot of, special,
Why? Okay.
situation.
Why does it constantly shatter the screen? What is
I
with
don't-
that trans? Or is it like PS2? It's nice.
Yeah, that's probably why. Final Fantasy X, when it came out, it was one of the shiniest games at the time. Not the shiniest, but one of them. So I guess it was just to wow people.
By the way,
This was very situational, though, and we just get to see how
I
they work.
promised a friend who saw episode 1, and I need to kind of clear things up. So if he's watching this,
for
I'm
it.
about to say so. He was listening to the first episode, and this is not the 10th game in the series.
It's not. It's the 10th one in the main
It's the
series, but not 10th one in the
16th.
series by far.
Apparently. We got
Around
Final
that, yeah.
Fantasy Legend in 89, Legend 2 in 90, Adventure in 91, Legend 3 in 91 as well. Then you got Mystic Quest in 93, and then you got Tactics. And he says you could be able to include the Chocobo series as well, which is another 6.
Yeah, I was going to say, if we're going off the Chocobo series, we're going to be here for ages.
Yeah. What is the Chocobo series? I've never played that. I know it exists.
You know
But-
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon?
I've been playing Super Mystery Dungeon. I actually do enjoy Super Mystery Dungeon, I'll be honest with you.
Well, there you go. It's essentially a Final Fantasy version of that.
So it's like,
I think
does that come under roguelike or rogue? Does that come under roguelike or roguelike? Because I keep getting the two confused.
I think it's roguelike.
Just like fire and ice.
Oh yeah, we get our first elemental black magic thing going on here, which is pretty cool.
Wait,
And I
you
will
can
abuse this.
have 3 people?
You can have 3 people. Yes,
Only seen 2 for so long.
I know.
The third person.
A third person. It is beautiful, and I will be abusing the fact that you can use 3 people because one of these people will eventually become my healing bitch, as they need to be.
Right. I want to go off topic and mention something that I saw at work today. You know I'm going to talk about something, but you don't know what I'm going to talk about.
True.
Right. So, I only remember this because I saw a plushie of it, and it just reminded me of all these nightmares. So, I've got a step nephew.
Yeah.
Who was he's only about 2 or 3. A couple of years ago, he was watching one of these. For you people in the Americas, we've got this really terrible nightmare-inducing preschooler show called In the Night Garden.
Oh my god.
Take your
Yeah.
time.
Now, this is the thing that terrifies me with that. I don't know what scares me. It scares me more the fact that I'm looking
going,
into
We're gonna
what the fact that I'm watching a preschooler show that makes me see what people with LSD are seeing, or the fact that this was probably made with a guy who was making this under the influence of LSD.
Oh my god.
I don't know what scares me
going
more.
on?
Oh, it's and a plushie of one of those characters killed. I mean, the fact is, like, he even sounds like
Ancient
he's
custom.
fucking lost
People
it.
leaving the island pray here for a safe trip.
It's absolutely nightmare-inducing.
Didn't pray that day.
A little bit of story bit here. So his brother's name's Chapu, and something that we, I failed to mention last episode, is during a cutscene, Titus, or Bill
Press,
in this case,
everyone else press F.
press F to pay respects.
That should do
I
it.
still love that joke that people says, like, this should be a cutscene after, like, if you don't press F for long enough, like, everyone's looking at you like you're an arsehole.
But yeah, there is a subplot here where Bill, our protagonist, of course, no
This
one
isn't the
else,
way
just
to-
Bill, looks a lot like Walker's deceased brother, which we'll learn a little bit more about later on, but it's just there to be a thing. I don't know how to get to those sphere points above those save points. Never did, never will. Here's Kamari. He's the thing of this. He's the Hulk of this. He's there to grunt, occasionally make a wisecrack, and just be a tough D.
This guy?
Yeah.
Is he a werewolf?
No.
Or is
He's
that...
a Ronso.
That's not fair, that's not fair. The fight just started. Why is he attacking first?
Oh,
Wait.
do not worry, because
Does this work on the same? Does this work on the same waiting system as the previous games in the series, where, like, if you don't attack for long enough, they'll attack?
No, this is actually the last
Turn-based.
the last
So why
turn-based
did they
Final
go
Fantasy
back
game.
to turn-based? Because it was fine.
For
I
this
think
one,
I think it was 4 that stopped the turn-based.
4 stopped the turn-based and 9 brought it back.
Oh,
That's
so
enough.
9 was the one that brought it back.
Yeah, but they only played about with it for 2 games. I don't know if 8 did it actually, but I'm pretty sure that...
But no one
yeah.
remembers 8. No, seriously, no one remembers 8. It's never been
I remember
re-released.
the third...
What's
I
with that guy?
finished it.
Is that-
I remember
okay, it
playing
might be on
it.
Steam.
That was it.
Before he says it,
Also tried.
it might be on
He's
Steam.
learned the fiend's way
It might be on
of fighting.
Steam. But I'm not
That's
sure.
not
But,
what I meant.
yeah.
He's another
You know, if they
Helena's
actually
guardian.
released that for the Switch, I wouldn't mind playing it, just that way I can
would
like,
get
get
it.
it under my belt.
Sometimes we don't understand
I
him
would get it.
either.
Oh,
Kamari doesn't
Yuna,
talk much
it
anyway.
starts to develop a little something here.
But
So
he has
she's
protected me since I was a
creepy.
child.
Really creepy. She has like this weird alternate personality that comes through occasionally, which we will see more of when we reach a location called Luca.
I'm starting to think, like, this other personality is like a yandere character. So she's
Oh,
walking up
she's
to
very
you,
well might be.
holding a knife. Yeah. Anyone comes near my Billy, I will fucking shank you.
Little bit of a story here. Regardless of the battle, this actual like walkway thing which we're doing here has a lot of nostalgic value for me. Not because of Final Fantasy
That's a boss-looking character.
yeah, we do get into some more awesome monsters now. They die off a little bit, well, for the time being until we actually get into some bigger sections like Bomb, but this area of the game loves to introduce some really
First
massive
real battle.
things. Yeah, we can switch on the go in this game, which is awesome.
Okay.
I
actually
didn't know you
love
could.
that ability.
Wait, so do you get 4 all at once, or do you use 3 but you have 4 with you?
So, in this game, you can switch out your entire party. You constantly have 3, but you can switch out your entire party if need be.
Hi, Pooch.
Yep. Also, first Aeon summon. Which,
nice.
Aeon, yeah. Aeons, the way they work is they all level up depending on a certain stat of Yuna. So, in regard to Jim here,
I forgot your
yeah.
name doing that.
in regard to Jim here, his stat depends on Yuna's, I believe it's strength. It might be strength, yeah. It's either strength or health. and each of the Aeons are tied to a different ability of Yuna's. So as we'll come to the late game, you'll notice that some of them are completely overpowered by that point, because I've done some really messed up things to them. We don't see too much of the Aeons for the time being though, just because whilst it does make battles go by slightly faster, I just think their attack animations are way too slow for me to give a crap.
Plus, you'd rather use Yuna as a healing bitch.
Yeah, well, yes. I also, it's a level up characters as well. The late game is particularly, I guess, choosy. Particularly picky on what it wants its character's stats to be. The majority of the game is fairly even, but for whatever reason, when we come up against one singular boss towards the end of the game just goes, nah.
That's where it's time to grind.
This is true.
Do you remember when grinding in games was only for RPGs? And now it's for everything.
I don't grind too much in this game, to be fair. There are workarounds which I do actually apply to a few bosses, because I'm like, no, I can't be arsed waiting like 7 hours. So
No problem.
you'll see you see me doing some weird stuff in advance later on. For the time being though, it's just pretty much what you see is what you get. So
That would, like, the way he threw that, quite possibly could have left with that monster with a concussion.
It could have. Oh yeah, so I should probably explain a few things here. So Final Fantasy X is particularly fond of elemental damage as well as status elements. So he just threw a dark attack there. Dark attacks negate all physical attacks for, I think it's like 3 turns, which I abused the crap out of later on. You can get past some really tricky boss battles if you make sure that you've got dark attack and silence attack on, because then they can't do physical attacks or ability or magic attacks for a period of time, which, as you can probably imagine, is a little overpowered. Until Bill here learns the ability Haste, in which case it rips the game in 2.
So that's another break the game
Well,
strategy.
Haste speeds up all of your characters, as you can probably tell, but characters already have predetermined speeds. Bill, for the time being, is the fastest character, so when you cast Haste on him, chances are you can get 3 attacks in before the end of his turn, which means that every other character's is either speed is either double or tripled, meaning that, yes, quite possibly, in a single turn, you can kill a lot of the bosses in this game.
Wow, Waka, you look very happy in that portrait. I
know.
literally just was like, yeah, I want a battle!
I really like the key art that's done for their character portraits is a bit odd. I like the spheres, which we're using here to level up a little bit, just because to start off with, they are far between. But later on, when I get a lot of them, I use every single one I can grab my hands on.
Alright.
Lulu especially, she's got a lot of cool abilities which can lock. Instead of leveling up straight strength and magic and all that jazz, you can actually mess about with item abilities as well, which by the end of this game, that Brotherhood weapon which you just saw Bill had will be strength through the roof. His base stats will probably be around about average for someone mid-game, but his actual attacks will be end-game.
At the start of the game.
Well, you'll see. It doesn't take long for me to get there, put it that way.
Oh, jeez.
I know a lot of workarounds. Oh, so this is meant to be the first, like, proper puzzle-esque battle. So, as I said before, a lot of the enemies in this use, like, special weaknesses, whether they be elemental or status elements. So in this scenario, there's an area 1, which Wacky used his bull on just then. There is an elemental one, which you need Lulu for, and there is, before, the little dog creature, which Bill used. So it's preferred that you use the correct characters for the correct scenarios, otherwise you'll find yourself in a 10-minute battle when nothing happens.
Alright.
Get that mana up.
Can the flying enemies actually dodge it?
Yes, that becomes really annoying later on because it'll get to a point where I'm just like, oh crap, I haven't used Whacker in like 4 hours, and
So
his
he's like
strength
the
is nowhere near
weakest
big enough.
character.
So literally, you'll just see I'll use.
I'm
haste on
imagining
Bill.
like you get like Wacker's at home, and beside him is like that Powerpuff Girls phone. And it's beeping. Hello, Wacker, we need you. And he like
No,
he
no, no, no.
appears. He's got this really long beard, and his hair is just down his back. He's like, I've not seen you in weeks.
Oh wow, this is actually the last save point which I didn't edit out, so I'll enjoy this while, guys. There you go. I
Hashtag
got this
very
back.
unprofessional.
That's fine. So this was actually the last chance for the majority of the game to get one of Yuna's special items.
Do you get it?
Screw that though, we want to go on a ship though, don't we? I even walk towards them and go, what's over here? Oh, it's an urn. Maybe there's something in the urn. We'll walk around here. Oh, hello chest. Let's look what's in the chest. Antidotes. Okay. I probably shouldn't check any further around that corner. No, let's just
Yes,
walk
there's
back.
something round that corner.
If you keep going on, you get, it's a crest which you can add onto Yuna's ultimate, yep, as my dog said. You can add it onto one of Yuna's ultimate abilities. Ultimate weapons, rather.
My mate's gonna watch this and he's gonna be like, Kieran, you better put me into a fucking group with Dusk or I'm gonna fucking kick your arse. So I guess I'm gonna have to do that before this episode comes out.
We're
Just
setting
so you
voice
could
now in the
say,
world of Spirit.
just so you could say to him, yeah, I've missed a lot of things by the way.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know why that kid's crying. Supposedly Yuna did a lot for the village, but we never actually see or hear from it until the sequel, so that's cool.
Comes back and it's just like, yeah. For a minute I thought the boat was actually departing while the kid was crying, but no. The kid could easily still run onto the boat and be a stowaway.
Oh, I have a little something to say now actually as well. In terms of Final Fantasy X, you won't know what this means, but some viewers might do. We are doing Eternal Calm, which is the epilogue to Final Fantasy X. Only in the international version, but it's included in the HD version of this game as well. So Eternal Calm will be in at the end. It'll be just a... You'll see what it is when we get to it.
Wow, Bill, you're a dick.
Oh, don't worry. If you talk to this guy later on, this one specific guy, much later on, he holds a grudge. You stole his binoculars and he does not like... He runs away from you, from what I remember. Okay. Want to erase that? There we go. To be honest, what Lulu does later on, and once again with the whole character relationship thing, yeah, she doesn't mind.
Bill is nothing but perv in this, I've just realised.
That's alright, because Yuna accepts this. And so does my dog. Yep. You wanna get that? You wanna, yeah, there. No, you didn't have to do that. You could have kicked him in the face. So, here's a round of let's talk to every character and learn their
Come to
backstory.
think of it, I
Sort
haven't
of.
told you
And
where
chase
we're
that
going.
one character who you stole the binoculars from.
First to Kilika Island. Then we change boats
Well,
and head
okay,
to Luca.
so the format of this
though,
game and the way it
Yuna's
works
gotta
is
pray
that
for
we
temple.
have to visit
I'll be
a
gone.
number of key locations,
We'll be praying for the
which will
Aurochs'
open up
victory,
later
too,
on in the
so
game,
you
but
come
for the time
along, yeah?
being, it's essentially an escort quest
Great plan.
where the person you're escorting can actually kick a lot of
Hey,
ass.
it is a great plan.
Don't look at me.
A little weird spasm in his head there, but we'll just ignore that for the time being and assume that Bill is on some steroids.
Thought it was wait, so he's now off the acid,
Word is,
but he's
that
just jumped to
summoner's got noble
steroids.
blood.
He
I
goes for a
heard
weird
she's Lord
transition in this game,
Braska's
I'm not gonna
daughter.
lie.
You don't say.
He just changes lots of
Lord
lots of different
Braska's
drugs.
daughter?
Why does that man have a chastity belt? Oh, there we go. It's just this weird growing batch for no apparent reason. Let's talk to Lulu. I think it's because I talk to Lulu most in the game, so whilst I do chat to Wacker occasionally, for whatever reason my attention is immediately drawn to Lulu because she gives the most exposition in the game. So quite naturally I just go, well, I think that would go well for the recording. And then weird things
Yuna's
start
the
to
heir to a
happen
great
late game.
legacy.
sexy weird things?
No,
It's tough.
just out of character weird things.
Alright, well this video's ruined. Okay, right, goodbye everyone. Oh yeah, I forgot she was a character with... She's a character with a belt fetish, right?
Yep.
Thanks, Lulu.
Every character
I
got
never
that
thought I'd ever
thing.
say that sentence out loud.
Well, now you do. Oh, so little mini game which we get to do in just a bit, involving that blitzball, which I actually nail for the first time in since I actually played the original game. So that's fun. Oh, spoiler alert! By the way, I nailed the mini game. You're welcome. It takes like 2 seconds, but it's fine.
Tusk! Spoilers!
Okay, you want to know what it does? The cutscene, yeah, goes on for a second longer. There you go. You're welcome. And this game is really guilty of that. There are lots of optional things you can do, like just extend the cutscene or give a character a weird item to hold in a cutscene that would be unchanged
It's
otherwise.
nice.
It's sort of like, why are you holding that? That bears no relevance to the scene at hand. Also,
This,
this
is this supposed to be in... This... Wait, is this what I think it is?
No, that
No,
comes
oh.
later. But this is the start of it. She said the wind is nice, he laughs, so obviously we need to refer back to all of these fun scenes later on.
You're a blitzball player, aren't you?
Jesus Christ, she knows my identity, kill her with a harpoon.
You
Yeah.
hear that from Waka?
Oh no!
Huh. Waka. Waka
No
doesn't
one shall
believe
know
me
my
at
true
all.
identity.
My exposed chest shall remain exposed, whilst my personality shall remain intact. and
I'm sorry,
defended.
it's like if his I'm sorry, I'm
There's a
imagining
great
like
stadium.
if his shirt was more
All
unbuttoned,
lit up.
there'd be an
Even at
extra,
night.
there'd be like a Voldemort face on
Blitzball
him.
tournaments are held there. And the
You know-
So he's
stadiums are always
technically
full.
the ninth.
How do you know
wait,
that?
how many Horcruxes
A
were there?
man
Were there
named
8
Jack told me.
Horcruxes and or is it
He was
7?
my father's guardian.
Seven.
So he's the 8th Horcrux.
Oh, I do it. Oh,
Kill
I
him!
don't need to-
Kill her now!
do it. You've got harpoons, you can... Oh, well,
Father.
then again.
His name is Jet.
Aha, Jet, get it? Because it's another water fun.
Amazing.
We've got time.
You know, our meeting like this must be the blessing of
We've
heaven.
already established that he does not care for religion. Get off my ship. Push.
Sounds like him, but
Well, it's kind of hard knowing that he's got a shirt full of crosses.
I want to know who's piloting this. Oh no, I know who's piloting this.
he died
Question in my mind there. We'll see it
10 years
later
ago,
on.
off the coast of Xanarkand.
I think it's at the end of this episode. We'll see what's piloting ship. And don't get me. And don't worry, because it will
Frickin'
terrify
Safer
you.
training.
It will terrify you because you'll realise that the
Never came
entire
back.
ship is built off of this one system that can fail
And no one's seen him
very
since then.
easily.
It's
But no one
Riku.
cares.
It's Riku.
It's not Riku. It would be. It would.
That's
The
the day
freaking
that
ship
Jet
takes
kicked
off.
Spira.
Well,
It's
that's
true,
where the
I
airship
first
comes
met
in.
Jet 10 years and 3 months ago.
It is complete
I remember
Black
that was
Lagoon
the
again.
day my
What
father
if
You got a
we-
mini, you've got a mini ship on the side, and everyone's like tied up as
It
hostages,
fits, doesn't it?
and Bill has to go with them again.
Well, if we include Final
Yeah,
Fantasy
but how did
X
he get
2,
here?
Riku goes through 3 airships, and I don't really know how she does that. I don't really know how they're broken or anything
Crashed
like that.
all of them.
I would like to think that she pilots them for like 2 seconds, and they immediately fall out of the sky.
Riku, I haven't paid the insurance on that one yet.
Oh wait,
They're
here we
gonna
go.
hate me.
There we go. Okay, so we're gonna get our first appearance from our main antagonist.
It's the Empire, I knew it.
Well, you wish it would be, but no, we go for something a little bit more charismatic in this game. It's a CG cutscene. That's literally what the boss is, by the way. The boss is a CG cutscene. They tried to make it out to be, like, oh my god, look at this gigantic thing and look how shiny it is. But because we live in a post-PS2 and post-PS3 age, we can tell what the difference is between in-game graphics and CG graphics. So when I see a boss that is clearly made out of nothing but pure, like, cutscenery, if you will, then I'm gonna point the crap out of it.
Now we're back to CG models.
Here we go. Sin. Or at least his fin, which is, I think, actually oddly fitting. If you're gonna fight the boss, don't fight the boss straight away. Give us like a little taste of it. So this is just his fin, which I know the method of dealing with in about 2 minutes. So that's very quick for this boss battle as well.
We gotta distract it.
Yes, let's fire harpoons into the deadly thing that can kill us in an instant.
To protect someone.
To protect one person over millions.
Oh boy.
Yep, this is gonna go well. Yep, it's right. It's big. It's massive. You can't miss it. Just shoot it. There we go. Okay, and now the cutscene makes it out to be a lot further than it actually is, and somehow it's magnetic. There we go.
For a minute, I thought it was going to be like my really embarrassing shot in XCOM, where someone missed an alien at point blank. That did happen. There was a 5% chance it missed, and it missed. I'm like, you were at point blank with a sniper.
Okay, so we're actually about to get into this now. I'll quickly explain how this boss battle works because there is a very simple method of it. So you see Yuna there, you see how she's just standing there and how she's like, you know, dancing about and whatnot. She's holding a staff in fear. Well, what we need to do is we actually need to find a way to hit Sin, but obviously because Sin is up there and we're down here, we can't do any melee damage. So I just sort of go, you know what? I know a big fella that can help out the situation. So I believe
He's not a big fella.
He's not, but you know, in comparison to everyone can say. Anyway,
No,
so
that
these guys.
cutscene where she's petting Jim, I just expect Sin just to be like, fuck this, smack his spin on the board.
Well, these little enemies here are meant to be respawning. However, I think I take care of them so early on that yeah, I'm just sort of like panicking. Like, do I use thunder or fire? What do I use? Anyway, so these guys are meant to respawn. However, because I killed them so early on. Oh no, I think I actually completely ignored them. I just attacked the boss. Yeah, because the boss's HP is actually a lot lower than what you would think it would be. This boss battle was meant to go on for like a solid, like, I guess 10-ish minutes, but I just completely negate all of that by just continuously casting thunder, I think. I'm trying to... Okay. The selection for the enemies is a little fiddly. Occasionally it'll just be hit right on the D-pad to move to the next enemy along. And then occasionally it's like, no, you actually have to select the cursor on where they are on the screen. It's very picky, and it never makes its mind up. Oh no,
Sin
you
can't
don't...
make his mind up on where he wants to go.
Whenever you attack him with enough, whenever you attack him enough, he will start to move. So, he's got something like, I think it's just under 2,000 health. And we're doing 200 a hit, and our overdrive bar at the bottom is slowly building, and we do around 1,000 hits, and we, yeah, he's not going to last too much longer. He's not going to last too much longer whatsoever.
Can Jim use like both white and black magic, or just black magic?
It actually depends. So what you can do is you can change Aeon's abilities a little later on in the game. So you can actually have them use some powerful black magic spells or some powerful white magic spells. In the case of...
So in other words, they become the red mage.
Yes, essentially. In Jim's case...
Ooh, is this what I think it is? Just the overdrive?
Yeah, he's dead now. That was the boss battle. Hope you enjoyed that. And I overkilled him as well. That's beautiful.
And the enemies are just like, fuck this shit.
Okay, quickly I'll explain how character leveling up works here, because I've explained how they actually level up the spheres, but in terms of how they gain XP, it depends on who's out. It's Pokemon logic, early Pokemon logic. It depends on who you have out in battle at what time.
Don't say that,
So
we're going to lose one subscriber who doesn't like Pokemon.
Well, fine. Frickin'... There you go.
He's just like, I don't want to lose this subscriber, so...
I help out the masses. Anyway, so because we bitch slapped Sin a little bit, he's supposedly gone.
Oh, we lost a harpoon gun. We're not gonna. The insurance ain't gonna like that.
Well, Walker's gone. We should probably continue the voice without him, right?
The boat is a rental. We need the harpoon gun back.
Oh, I forgot Bill's underwater.
Oh, and getting continuously stabbed.
I think this is meant to be like, because you continue with whatever health you had last time in this battle here, I think this is meant to be difficult, but because I used an Aeon, everyone's at full health. So, we've got a second boss here actually, which lasts for like another 2 minutes.
Because you have nothing but overdrive and full.
I don't even have overdrive for this battle, I don't think. I just own it. Dolphins, goodbye.
Oh, oh, for a minute I thought the dolphins were the boss.
That's a freaking Echo. No, no.
No, kill Echo, seriously. His game is really annoying and obnoxious.
So, once again, you're
I
meant
have
to
played
attack. You're meant to attack all of the fishies here, but I'm a big boy. I can handle my own battles, so let's just attack the one in the middle.
I'm a big boy.
If you use Dark Attack, once again, negates
You do
physical attack.
less health.
Well, there you
do
go.
less damage.
Well, I used Dark Attack on him, and he just can't use any of his attacks now, because all of his attacks are physical based. So this boss is automatically, like, muted.
So you're just able to...
Oh, by the way,
So
there
I just
go all
love
the
that
small enemies.
bonk.
I know. Well, just casually move out the way of that. And I'm going to whack you in the face again. Yes, I hope you enjoy that. You fishy bastard. There you go. A little bit more there for you. Oh no. Okay, this does do a tiny bit of damage because it counts as an ability.
Alright.
But because it's got dark on him, it only did 100. Which, as you can
Oh,
imagine,
so I'm
isn't
guessing
a lot.
it negates physical attacks and it
Weakens abilities.
weakens abilities, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, can Waka no longer use Dark because he's got no more Did he
He's
have
got no
M-
more
M-
MP, so he can't. Yes, every
Alright.
character has MP in this, which is why the game makes it a point to actually have as much MP as possible, because everything costs MP, except for later on when I gained the ability 1 MP, which for the characters that have it, everything costs 1 MP. So when you've got like 700 MP, and you use the most powerful attack.
What is the most powerful attack known as? It was like a meteor attack, I think it was.
In this game, Meteor is an attack in this game, but I don't actually know if you can use it. I know an enemy can use it. The most powerful attack I've used in this game, and you'll see me use, is an attack called Holy, which consistently does 99,999 damage. And
My
with
friend
1
who I'm not
MP
going to name, is that right?
Well, put it this way, with 1 MP and double cast, which you can use twice in a row, and haste, which means you get to have multiple turns, yeah, nothing's coming out alive.
You completely own them every time. I can imagine you up against those dog enemies. Like, it could take one sword swipe, but you want to take the piss.
Oh, probably. I meant, sorry.
The lights of God will kill you!
I should probably actually amend what I just said there. It's actually 9,999 damage. If you've got limit break later on, or limit damage attack, which basically breaks the cap for damage and health, you can do 99,999. Also, this nice peaceful village is about to be crushed for no apparent reason.
Bison.
Bison, yeah.
Oh, I was only kidding, actually. I thought it was something else.
No. So I actually find it's quite humorous. This entire attack happens, and then we just casually go back into an in-game cutscene, and everything just plays out as usual. So we're in this place of mourning now, essentially, but it gets brought up for like 2 minutes, and then everyone's like, well, sucks to be you, see ya.
So, this game, you're going from island to island. Is this Wind Waker?
Ha. We're actually, not yet, but after we're off Kilika, we actually go to the mainland of Spira itself. So we've only actually got, I think it's like 3 or 4 islands in this game. Also, I don't know where Sin goes after this. He's just there, and then in the next scene he's not. Also, oh my god, a child played with that ball. Let's all cry, boo-hoo.
Okay, I'm done.
There we
When
go.
Sin
Give my
attacked
dog more.
Zanarkand that day, I woke up in spirit.
Still mourning. Or he's
I
like,
kept
damn right.
hoping it would work
Let
in
it go.
reverse too.
Here we go. Okay, so
I will defeat sin. I must defeat
sure
sin.
you will, Bill the puppet
I was just fooling
from freaking
myself.
Saw. This is quite humorous. She's just casually
Maybe it was
holding
that
onto
day.
Bill.
On the sea, under the
Just
burning
like,
sun.
he's a blitzball player. He is used
I started
used
to
to
give up
holding
hope.
his breath. He does not need your comfort. Get
I was
off
in
of him
a foreign
now.
world.
He
I
wants a
wasn't going
friend, that's
home.
what it is.
This was my new reality, and I was stuck in it for good.
And that sucks.
Also, we should have continued on without Walker. Fades to black. So welcome to the next location, Killer Kaport. The next episode will feature heavily here. Well, I say heavily. We'll spend approximately 4 minutes in Killiker, and then I'll just sort of wander off. You can do like a bunch of side quest stuff here, but a lot of it is just like, hold on to this for later. And I don't. Anyway, that was the end of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So catch you later on.
See ya.
Bye.